The next group of phonograms we teach begins with number 8. The sound is, I'm going to pretend I'm left-handed for this one, just so you get used to this. It's B. I'm going to say it to you. B. It's not B. B. In fact, the shortest you can make that, like B. That because it just is an explosion somehow that pushes out the next sound. So it really doesn't have much of a sound of its own. So make it very short. It is staccato and voiced. Number 9 is E. 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 Now I need to go between looking at you and teaching my team. If you're teaching me, you make sure I'm watching here. E. Both those sounds are voiced and fermata. Phonogram number 10 is some call it the halitosis phonogram, just for fun. Is unvoiced and fermata. Phonogram number 11 is I, Y. Notice that last sound. Y. It's, you feel it in your abdomen, you sort of a pushing out of air, but has some vocal cord to it. So it's I, Y. Very short, not ya. Y. Okay, I and I, they are both voiced and fermata. I, Y is voiced but staccato. Phonogram number 12 is J. Again, not ja, or even anything close to ja. It's J. J. So make a contest amongst yourselves who can say that one the shortest. It's J. Staccato. It's voiced and staccato. J. Number 13 is K. K. That's unvoiced and staccato. K. My team is learning that. That's the end of that group. The next group begins with number 14. Number 14 is, I'll remain a left-hander here, is O. O. That's voiced and fermata. Number 15 is That's voiced and fermata. Isn't that a wonderful sound? Number 16 is That's voiced and fermata. Number 17 is P, not pa. P. It's unvoiced. P, airish. P, and it's staccato. Number 18. Now this one is quite fun because we contrast it with, later on we're going to have 7 phonograms that spell what I call the big gun sound. And this one's the little gun sound. There's one of these in this group. There's one who says it's if you say that's the big gun sound. But think of a small dog with a small bark. So it's voiced and staccato. So work at making it very short. And number 19 is t. That's t. It's unvoiced and staccato. If you say ta, or if I say ta, that's not correct. Again, that's a syllable. Ta. No, it's t. Unvoiced and staccato. And that's the end of that group. The next group, number 20 is its first phonogram. Number 20 is, I'll go back to being right-handed. U, U, and U, U. Both those are voiced and fermata. Is voiced but staccato. If you were to have been suddenly hit in the stomach or falling, the air knocked out of you, that's closest I can describe how that sound would be. It isn't used often in English, but it is used. So it's U. Number 21 is V. That's voiced and fermata. Number 22, it's not wa, it's not woo, it's not a syllable, it's a sound, very short. Voiced and staccato. One other thing I'll add here is we don't give the child key words, especially visually. That makes the learning path away from the purity of just the sound itself. So we stick with number 23. And this is a phonogram that has a feature which we haven't talked about yet. It's ks, z, ks, z. This first, we call it a sound, ks. Now here's where I will give you a keyword, as in fox. Fox. The word's fox. Fox. That last sound, ks, is really a quick blending of two sounds, k and s, ks, ks. But it's so fast. It's faster than if those two sounds were separated in speaking of a word. So we call it a quick blend. Quick blend, ks, and z. That's number 23 phonogram we teach. Ks is unvoiced and fermata. Z is voiced and fermata. Number 24 is y, I. Y, I. The first sound, y. And again, it's not ya. It's y. Very short. Y. It's voiced and staccato. I and I are voiced and fermata. Number 25, the last phonogram in that group is z. Z. Voiced and fermata.